friends, thank you so much for checking out this video. This is another one in our Criterion series that we're doing for this month, and I am back with my friend Stephanie. How's it going, Stephanie?
Good, John. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Friends, I'm not going to lie. I'm a terrible actor. We just finished filming the one before that came out, so
We're still laughing.
not even going to pretend that
No,
just
we're not.
happened.
Yep.
So so this one is going to be fun because Stephanie has she is I told this to Cinema Dave, probably two films that have impacted me the most that I can remember you recommended to me, and you've got me more into horror, and you got me into vinyl. You told me vinyl's a slippery slope, and you were right. And so Stephanie has a great impact on my media life. And so this is going to be a conversation about horror in the Criterion Collection. And I am looking forward to this, even though I'm not the biggest horror guy. But I do have a couple of questions for you before we dive in to your recommendations out of the collection. So for me, Christmas starts the minute I feel a chill in September. And I have like three and a half months of Christmas. October happens, all that stuff, but I've been listening to Christmas music since about the second week of September. For you, between Thanksgiving and Christmas, are you watching horror even during like all of the holiday season?
When I lived alone, there was no Christmas at my house.
Okay.
There is Christmas at my house because Kelly is here. If Kelly did not live here, there would be no Christmas.
There would be no Christmas. So
no, Christmas was a tough time in my family. So I prefer not to Christmas out my house, and
gotcha.
I understand why people love it, and I'm happy for people that it brings joy to, and I especially love to see the kids be happy. And
sure,
I'm just a grumpy thing. And I do the Christmas that is here is for the dogs.
Gotcha.
They have stockings. They get their picture taken. I think I sent you a card with their picture.
You did, yes.
Yeah. So we do the dogs. And that makes me happy. But I actually watch movies like Krampus.
Well, that's literally my second question.
Black Christmas.
Is Krampus one? I haven't seen it yet, but I did watch the trailer on it. Because didn't a 4K edition come out last year? Like a really nice 4K edition, I think, came out maybe last year. I thought it was like really, really cool artwork. Maybe not.
If it did and I don't have it, I think we have a problem, because I don't know.
I'm not a horror guy, but
you're obviously doing something over there, because you know something that I don't.
Yeah. Here we go.
Really? Maybe I have it. Oh, yes. Shout Factory.
Yeah, this crazy artwork.
Yes, I have that. Okay.
So
all right.
I've watched the trailer a couple of times, and I think it actually looks like a ton of fun.
It's a blast.
All right. This year is the year.
I have a shirt from there, and it's got a gingerbread man who looks like he has rabies. And it says, "Shut up. I just got my ass kicked by a bunch of Christmas cookies," because the Christmas cookies attacked the guy.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. It's funny. It's fun. It's sweet. It even has some nice family moments.
Oh, look at that.
You'll like that. Warm and fuzzy. Krampus is fun.
Okay. Well, so that's the one I actually did have. If it was a must-see holiday time film,
I'd go with Krampus.
Go with Krampus. All right. I will definitely check it out. And then I know you don't watch trailers. You try to go into the movie just fresh.
Right.
Have you heard of the movie Violent Night coming out?
I haven't seen any promotion for it. I've seen some other Christmas things coming out, like from Vinegar Syndrome and stuff, like I think White Reindeer and a few other things. But
Violent Night looks so fun for me, which is for me sounds, and I think it's more action. I don't think it's necessarily horror. But so I'm kind of pulling it into a video I probably shouldn't pull it into, but there looks like a ton of violence in it. It looks almost like Santa is like John Wick's cousin almost.
Cool.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
All right. Violent Night. I'll look it up.
Yeah. So
it might even be like up on pre-sale then on Diabolic or something. I just haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
or I scrolled by it. Sometimes I scroll by the Christmas stuff.
Well, I think it comes to theater.
Oh, theaters. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's hit theater yet. I don't go to
That's
theater that often.
why, because I don't follow the theater releases really.
Okay. Well, when you see it come out, check it out. It looks really fun.
Cool.
And there
I
are some
will.
like really cheesy, not cheap, they're campy lines in the trailer.
Even better.
It's so fun. So it
Fun.
looks good. Yeah.
Cool.
But technically it's not a horror film, but there's violence in It's Christmas. So kind of.
Violent Christmas.
So yeah, Violent Night.
There you go. Violent
Yes.
Night.
Well, Krampus I'll pick up this year and check it out.
Yeah, it's good. You'll have fun with it. It's fun.
Cool. Well, this is horror picks from the Criterion Collection. And I know Criterion's probably not known for their horror catalog. But I know there is some horror in the collection.
Yeah, it's light.
Okay.
More light horror. And I mean, I know a lot of people go right to Night of the Hunter, so I didn't bring that one.
Okay.
Everybody goes to that. To me is it's creepy. It's a psychological thriller, but again, KB and I talked about it. If it's a thriller, it's horror. So,
oh, really? Okay.
That's what he and I agreed on that. If it's a psychological thriller, throw it in the horror pile. If you feel that it's horror, it's horror.
There's no gatekeeping.
Like. Yeah, no gatekeeping. But that's definitely a good one. But so many people talk about it. I didn't feel the need to drag that out. But I just tried to grab 6 because there aren't a lot of, there's just not a lot.
Okay.
So I just picked 6 that I really like and that I think most people would like. And you'll see.
All right.
This first one is, I mean, so many people talk about this one too, but this is the 4K and I picked it up for a reason. It's spy number 909, Night of the Living Dead.
Yes.
From George A. Romero. And the reason I picked it up is because this is the 4K and it has the exact same setup. Originally, it was released in one of those digipacks. And now they put the 4K in here, but it comes with all the same stuff. Well, everything's been ported over, comes with the same special features, everything. But people were raving about the transfer and it's not bad at all. I don't see a big uptick in it.
Okay.
I think the Blu-ray is just fine.
Okay.
I had an opportunity to get this with a gift card. It didn't cost me anything. So I'm like, you know what? If people are raving about it, why not check it out? It doesn't look bad at all. And if you love the movie, if you have a chance to get it and not spend an arm and a leg on it, you can't go. I mean, 4K is obviously they say the best quality you're going to get. Not always, but maybe I'd save the money and do the Blu-ray.
Oh, wow.
But
okay.
This is definitely a fun film. And it's like the kickoff of the zombie genre here, in America.
Right.
George A. Romero started his Dead series. This is the first one. And they're slow moving and like you could walk and get away from all of them. It's not scary. It's more creepy and is low, but it's so low budget.
Okay.
And you can watch this and you'll probably laugh.
So The Walking Dead is scarier than this.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is like, they're basically just like, if they have a ripped shirt, they're a zombie. If they walk slow and they have a ripped shirt. But but it's a classic. And I know a lot of people are especially I find younger people say that they're disappointed when they see this because it's so hyped up.
Okay.
But it's hyped up for a reason because it's a classic.
Right.
And we love the classic. So absolutely. I figure, if you want to watch the Dead series, go where it started.
All right.
It's fun. But if you're kind of tossed up between the 4K and the Blu-ray, I think you're safe with the Blu-ray. But people might hate me for that, but that's okay. And this is probably, I would say, my favorite horror film in the collection.
Okay.
It is a French film. It is spy number 260, and it is called Eyes Without a Face.
Okay. I know I've seen that cover.
And I love the pink and the black, how they do that together. They put the pink with the black and the white. what it is this is a this is the type of mask that the gal wears. She was in a car accident, and I believe her father was at fault, and she is left disfigured. She was a beautiful girl, and she's left disfigured. Her father is kidnapping girls who have her similar features, and he's trying to do a face transplant to give her her face back.
Okay.
And she is very much against what he's doing.
Okay.
And this has a fantastic, and this is like a stand up and cheer ending.
Okay.
This has a great ending,
Okay.
but it's a really, really good movie.
Okay.
It really is. It sounds like ridiculous, but it's a really good movie. And I know people said that their biggest complaint with this is they felt that the score didn't match the movie. It's never really bothered me, but it's the one thing that people have. That's the feedback I've gotten. If they didn't like it, they didn't like the score.
Okay.
But that's, everybody has a right to their opinion. But I really love this one. So Eyes Without a Face. That's my favorite. That's my favorite one.
What year did that come out?
Oh, almost 1960.
Oh, wow. So
yeah, it's a black and white one. It's French with English subtitles. Yeah, you'll like it.
Maybe Face Off with John Travolta and Nick Cage. They got their inspiration from that one.
Similar.
All right.
There's actually another film. I think it's called Facelift or Face something. Faceless. It's like I think a knockoff of that. It's like an American knockoff of that, but I wasn't going to even bother.
Okay.
I'm like, it'll be terrible. Yeah. So I don't know. It might be good. And I'm just wrong, but I didn't want to go there. And this one definitely falls into this has some dark comedy. It has, it's more of a psychological thriller rather than a horror, but it's a home invasion. This is in German with English subtitles. Spy number 975, Funny Games.
Funny Games.
And you can see the guy with the sack on his head.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a summer resort town where people kind of live. It's kind of like a gated community. And these two fellas go to a house and they ask, I think they want to borrow eggs or something. And somehow they get a hold of the guy's golf clubs and manage to hold the family hostage.
Okay.
And they're just really it's more mental torture, and there's like breaking the fourth wall where the guy's turning around and talking to the audience, and
really
there's some dark humor,
okay,
but it's really twisted when you sit and you think what they're doing, like they're trying to make jokes about it, but it's really twisted what's going on. And I think it's a good one. It's a good psychological thriller, and I like it. I think there's an American remake of this too.
And this is a German film?
This one's German, yeah.
Okay.
This is the German film, and it's from 1997.
Okay.
But Funny Games, I think it's a good one, and you could handle it. Like if you want to see what warped, depraved people do on summer vacation, you can see.
It makes me laugh when people use me as a certain line of
the barometer.
Yeah. You can do it.
The Johnometer.
Yeah. Yeah, you and small children will be fine watching it.
Yeah, it's fine. You can do it. Joe Martinez is going to be very happy with this. It's Spy Number 30, a film by Fritz Lang, M.
Oh, yeah.
I believe he has said this every time I'm either on a video or making a video. He's like, M, and I'm like, you're right. It's such a fantastic film. It is, ready? 1931.
There we go.
1931, and it's in German, and it stars, is it Peter Lorre or Peter Lorre?
Yeah.
Lorre?
Like yes.
Is it pronounced Lorre?
I think so.
Okay. Because it was funny because I just saw him the other night I was watching the 4K of Casablanca.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the guy. That's the guy from M. I'm like, it's Peter Lorre. And but yeah, there is a serial killer of children. He's killed 8 children in the last year, and the town is searching for him. And they even get to the point where they enlist the criminal community to try to find this guy to stop everything he's using, like candy and things to lure the kids. But this is a really good film. And like, if you don't have this film, you don't have things like Seven or Silence of the Lambs. This like is the kickoff, the serial killer film.
Okay.
So really, really good. And Peter Lorre is just so creepy. Really, really good though. So I promised Joe Martinez, I said the next time I do a video when I'm talking about creepy, creepy things, put it in there.
There you go, Joe.
And like I said, I saw Peter Lorre the other night, and I'm like, so yeah, this is a good one, and from the 30s for you.
All right. This is pre-code. Do you know?
I don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, it's a good one.
Okay.
Good one. I enjoyed it. And this one also, I had to pick it, but I know Nathan talked about it. Pan's Labyrinth, Guillermo del Toro.
Never seen it.
Oh, it's so good.
I know everybody says that.
So good. Spine number 838. And it, he has Kronos is his first film in the collection. Then he has Devil's Backbone, which is awesome. Devil's Backbone and Pan's Labyrinth are neck and neck with me.
Okay.
This is so good. It's basically about a little girl's nightmares. And it's just so well done. And the characters and the set designs and the costume, everything about this is so, so good. I remember watching an awards ceremony. This is from 2006.
Okay.
And it must have been around that time, or when it was no one had heard of it. And there were awards. It was an award ceremony, and Meryl Streep won an award, as Meryl Streep will do. And she got up there and she said, if you really want to support the arts and you really want to support film, go see films like Pan's Labyrinth.
Really?
And she said, because that is what it means to be a film fan.
Wow.
And that is forever in my mind.
That is high praise from her.
And she recommended this film, and I immediately hunted it down.
Really?
Yeah. And she was like all about it. She's like, if you want to be a film, if you really want to be a film fan, go see films like that.
Now, it's a subtitled film, correct?
It is. It's Spanish. All his films are in Spanish.
I think.
Except Shape of Water. Shape of Water is not in Spanish.
I think that's what a friend of mine recommended that film to me. And this was before I'd ever watched anything subtitled.
Okay.
I think I put it on, and I was probably, what did you say, 2006?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm mid-20s.
Okay.
Mid to late, back into my 20s. And I was like, I don't care. Yeah. I think it was just at that point in my life, it was more mainstream movies.
Yep.
And I just couldn't have cared.
Right.
Now I watch a lot of subtitle stuff. So I think it's a movie I need to revisit. Well, Cinema Dave is right. You got to hold on to it, bring it out when you're later in your life.
Well, you know what the nice thing is about that movie is once you go through it once and you read the story, you know the story, so you can just go watch it again and enjoy the set design and the costumes and what's going on the screen, because it's just amazing. If you're going to watch a horror movie, watch that.
Okay.
Like if you're only going to pick one, pick that.
Pick that one.
Pick that one. It's fantastic. Everything about it is great.
All right. Yeah.
And my last one is a Japanese one. It's from 1968. It's 99 minutes in black and white. It is spine number 584. It's called Kuroneko or Kuroniko. I'm not sure. Ryan would probably be far more eloquent with the pronunciation because he's pretty good with his Japanese pronunciations.
Well, we have a video coming out together where he just does Asian film recommendations from his, because he has a monster collection.
He has an amazing collection.
He does. So he does.
I'm sure this is in it.
Yeah, I don't remember. He recommended, he did five films he recommended, and then 5 honorable mentions.
Okay.
So yeah.
This is a good one. There's you can see it's kind of like a misty woods with a woman here, and people are military people are disappearing. Okay. And they're going into a certain spot of the woods and they're disappearing, and people aren't sure what's going on, and there may or may not be a cat involved, if I am correct. It's it takes place in Japan, so they say it's poetic, atmospheric horror fable. Okay. So the Japanese, they love their fables and things like that, and folk tales and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it's kind of like a horror thriller folk tale
Okay.
about people who are disappearing, and there's these women that they run into at a certain point on their travels, and then things happen.
Okay.
But it's really cool. It's got great atmosphere, and it's another one you can watch, and it's not going to freak you out. It's if you're interested in Asian culture and things like that, and folk tales and fables, things like that, this is a good one. It's creepy.
Awesome. Well, Stephanie, thank you. This is 6 Criterion horror recommendations, friends. So if you're looking for horror in this Barnes and Noble sale,
it's a start.
It's a start. Yeah.
It's a start. I mean, I know people are probably looking for House. It's a little crazy for me. I'm not the biggest. I have it. It's not my favorite, but I know a lot of people like that one. And there's some good ones in there. I can do more, but I just figured we'd start with that. And
it's great.
Try to pick things that I think you can't go wrong with it. And like I said, Night of the Hunter is always at the top of everyone's list, and it's never going to be wrrong.
Yeah. I was blown away when I saw it. Everything about it was perfect.
The whistling.
It was, I told Tim, and I talked about it because he recommended it to me a lot and then sent it to me.
Yeah.
And he's obviously doing horrible things. And while he's doing it, he's like singing like little Sunday school songs.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, that is unbelievably creepy and disturbing.
He's a freak.
Because what's going on in his head, he's like justified all of this stuff with his faith. And it is so messed up. Yeah. And then the underwater scene for a film from that decade. Yeah. I mean, if it was now, it's not shocking, but from that decade, I was shocked. I was like, I can't believe they showed this at that time. But it's such a well done film. Yeah. And I know so many people just love it. So I know it's already out there. It is out there. Yeah. It's out there, and everybody recommends it, as do I. I would tell anybody if you want to pick it up, but I figured I'd try to grab a few things that maybe aren't talked about as much, but there's not a whole lot to choose from. There's some, but it's limited. Cool. So those are my picks. This is awesome. Well, friends, Stephanie has never led me wrong when she's recommended films to me. So, so here's some recommendations. For that call. Yeah. You blew it. I hated it. Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to touch the screen because you'll hate everything. Just the 5th grade hand coming out. And if you want that story, friends, you got to watch our first video. You got to watch the other video. Yep. Yeah. And then it'll all come together. Yep. So. Miss Wesson address. Well, this is great, Stephanie. I now have a ton of recommendations from you. Awesome. I'm looking forward to watching all these trailers. Cool. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much. And we're going to do more videos in the future. Yep. And so friends, I will give you a warning. If you watch the one we did previous, we do talk about Criterion, but you're going to have to go through 2 friends catching up, and then you get to some Criterion. So and then we're going to go play at my house soon too. So we haven't been to my house in a little while, so I'll have you over for cookies. Awesome. Well, thank you, Stephanie. And thank you, friends, John. If you're here, you've already been to Stephanie's channel, and she has killer content. And I go back even through your backlog of content and watch Criterion recommendations, Criterion Collection. So if you're looking for that, Stephanie has a ton of that stuff. It's great content. So thank you so much. And and we'll chat again sometime. We will. All right. Take care. All right. Bye.